Hello and welcome back to Skyward Sword HD. In the last episode, we did a bit of side questing around Skyloft, but now we're going to be progressing further in the game story. If you remember, the last story update we had was we returned the stone tablet to the statue of the goddess, which unlocked this third beam of light, which will unveil a new place for us to explore on the surface. So let's dive right into it. And of course, each of these three regions have their own unique landscape. First we had a forest, then we had volcanoes, or mountains, and now we have sand. A report, Master Link. We have arrived at Lanayru Mine. This arid region was transformed into a desert over the course of several hundred years. Alright, awesome. My projections show that Zelda must have traveled through this area. Alright, so that means dowsing should work. Yep. And we know the general vicinity of Zelda. You can also... can hear cicadas. If I remember correctly, there's one behind this pillar. Oh, there's also a goddess cube here. Nice. Alright, got the cicadas not here, but let's just get this goddess cube while we're down here. Alright, great. And let's continue on. Could have sworn there were cicadas in this region. Or there are definitely cicadas, but I thought there was one behind the tower, but whatever. I see some keys. Oh, and actually we should switch to our wooden shield. Because in this region, there are going to be a lot of electric enemies. And wood isn't a conductor of electricity while iron is. So the iron shield will be a bad fit. But the wooden shield would do us just fine. Especially because we upgraded it. Ooh. Yeah, so you want to time your attacks carefully with these guys. Because if you attack them while their electrical guard is still up, then you'll take shock damage. Let's push it from the other side. These clumps of rock here are just something that you can blow up with bombs, but we have enough rupees. I don't really need anything else from them. Alright. Do we have full bombs? Oh, Jesus, you came out of nowhere. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, we just got some extra cash. Do we have enough? Yeah, we have full bombs, so I don't really have a need for... Oh god, get it out of here. Yeah, well, what can you do? Alright, let's go check out this crystal here. And I almost called the desert boring, but then I forgot it has this really, really cool feature that's unique to this region. Alright, oh, I really thought Phi was going to tell us something. But yeah, so that's essentially, or what it's called is a time shift stone. So every time we hit it, the region that it has its domain in will expand and revert back to the past. So in the past, these robots were still alive. That's a minecart for transporting time shift stones. They're not for human use, so get lost, Firm. I am able to confirm that a time shift has occurred within this space. Any impact to the blue stones creates a sustained temporal disruption field in the surrounding area. Readings show that this area is in a past time state. This always confused me as a little kid, because it was like, well, why does going into the past give you more advanced technology? Because like robots, we don't have that in the future. I don't think it's a matter of like technological regression necessarily. I think it's more that this technology used to exist, but something happens and it no longer does. It's not necessarily that humans or the species or whatever has gotten dumber. It's just that, you know, maybe there was a huge like global disaster and we just don't have access to those robots anymore and they're a thing of the past. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty beautiful. Let's go right in this carp though before we go any further. Alright, see what's in this room. Looks like a small chest, should be like 20 bucks in here. Nice, 20 bucks. Let's just put a bomb here, see what happens. Some rupees, some more rupees. Alright, what are you guys up to? These strange things have started attacking us recently, Verm. We don't have any weapons to defend ourselves, so if they attack, we're fried. Well, I guess I know what happened to you guys in the future. You got attacked, and you just weren't able to defend yourselves, which is pretty tragic. Alright, let's hop out here. Ooh, that's a good place to put a bomb. What do you have to say? Do not interfere with mining operations. Stop talking to me. Oh, alright. Jeez. Take it easy, buddy. Oh, here it is. I was looking for it. You got an ancient flower. Legends say this beautiful flower flourished in the ancient past. Supposedly it glows in the dark. Alright, nice. That flower is going to become very useful later in the game, so we need at least one of them. And let's take this cart here. And advance forward. Alright. And, oh, there's another ancient flower right there. And we can see that these robots are in the present, which is why they're so decrepit. My estimates indicate that this object has been broken for many years. I'm unable to analyze the content of its speech at this time. Damn, sorry guys, but I'm just gonna leave this here for a sec. Want to make sure you're not hiding any rupees behind you. Oh. So we can hit this. Interesting. Awesome. The time shift stones power us as well as the machines we use to breathe. That's why you have to stay hard at work. Alright, I believe throw this in here, the hoop, just like basketball. Awesome. Which is really funny that they mention, or not that they mentioned it, but it's really funny that basketball is being invoked here because I tried many sports as a kid. Ultimately, I settled on swimming, and I did that for at least a decade. But basketball was also one of the sports that I tried. It was that, and what was there? There was ice skating, track and field, soccer. I'm forgetting some other things. But yeah, basketball was one of the sports I tried when I was really, really young. And I play basketball fine now, just to preface. Like, I can, if I wanted to, I'm not a huge basketball fan, but if I wanted to, I could play with my friends. And I played on the middle school playgrounds and stuff. But, oh my god, when I was, I guess, 8 or 6 or however old I was when this happened, I went to like the first day of like this basketball like after school program because my parents just like signed me up for it. And I quit on the first day, and I think I might have even cried too because I didn't know how to dribble. So all the other kids were, they're doing just fine. They're actually practicing shooting, I'm pretty sure. But I just couldn't get past the basics because I just didn't know how to dribble. I don't know what it was. Because obviously, like, dribbling is not something that's difficult to do. I really couldn't tell you why I had so much problems with it, but yeah, Oh, and also the reason why I quit basketball was not only because I couldn't dribble for shit, but also because the vending machine. I remember this very distinctively, or distinctly. The vending machine at the basketball court didn't have any Skittles, and I really liked Skittles back then, and I still do. But yeah, that is why I never pursued my professional NBA career. Just because the basketball court in my local after-school program didn't have Skittles, or the vending machine rather didn't have any Skittles, and I didn't know how to dribble. So it's a nice story for you guys. Oh, it's funny, and now we're moving on to a different sport, bowling. Unlike the other sports I mentioned, I never got into bowling in like any lessons or any like serious manner. But I do bowl with my friends every now and then because it's a fun sport. I do have friends who are like actual bowlers, like they do it as like a sport, and that's really cool. I'm just someone who doesn't have great hand-eye coordination, which is actually why I prefer swimming, because there's no ball, there's no like aiming you have to do. I really don't excel at those kinds of sports, and I even think I told the story on this channel before. But for example, another instance of me not having good hand-eye coordination. This wasn't really my fault, but I was playing volleyball in school. That was one of the sports that we played in gym class, and I actually lost a toenail playing volleyball. Oh, Jesus. Let's just shield bash. Those things are a pain to deal with. But yeah, Ooh. New bugs. Nice. I think these are Gerudo dragonflies, if I remember correctly. Nice. But yeah, I was... Whoop. Is there the other... There it is. Oh, come on. Alright, we took care of that one easily. Nice. So yeah, we were playing volleyball in gym class. And I don't know what it's called, but if you're in the front row, then you have the opportunity to kind of jump and just like boop it over into the other lane. It's not a dunk, but it's kind of like a similar idea. Is it a dump? It might be a dump. I haven't watched enough Haikyuu to remember all the tactics. Oh, another Agent Valor, nice. But yeah, I was doing that, and the other dude who was across the net from me was also doing the same thing, and we ended up just hitting each other. And somehow, I guess he kicked, because our foots met below the net, and just the way that he kicked just hit my foot like head on, and that popped like one of my toenails. It sounds disgusting, and it really wasn't a pretty picture because I was bleeding through my sock. Yeah, that really wasn't a great time either. I don't have a lot of happy sports stories, evidently. But let's keep going. But yeah, my toenail didn't like pop off, but it bumped, and it was hanging on by a very loose thread. So I went to the nurse's office, and she of course gave me a Band-Aid and a ice pack, which classic school nurse stuff. But yeah, I remember I was limping around for a while just because it hurt to put pressure on my big toe. And eventually the nail fell off and a new one grew back in its place. But yeah, that's my story of how volleyball turned out for me. And I miss Vi's dialogue, but I'm sure you read it. Lanayru Desert. I have confirmed numerous areas of Sing Sand. Should you step into Sing Sand, you may be swallowed by the desert. Bodily danger has increased by 30%. As a safety measure, I recommend you check the terrain with your map on minus. Or on your map with minus. My readings indicate that Zelda has passed through here. As previously stated, this area is highly dangerous. I suggest reuniting with her quickly to determine the motivations behind her actions at Eldin Province. Yeah, because Zelda left us hanging at Eldin. She was happy to see us, but then the agent of the goddess that she was with stopped us from a proper reunion, and she was like, "You need to focus at the task at hand. You can't talk to him." So yeah, hopefully we can pursue Zelda and get a little more clairvoyance on why her actions, or why she kind of gave us a cold shoulder back at Eldin. But yeah, I'm sure we'll find out more in the next episode. So until then, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you then.